Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, Mark.
Hey.
Now my web folks. Eric told me my hopes of a quick meeting are dashed.
There's one in the back, and then there's one here, and then. I was coming down to see you.
baby anymore.
Not a baby. He's already won. Already won. I'll show you the latest picture of him.
Ooh, I spoke to Nathan today, Eric. Did you hear me?
DJ baby.
Oh. Oh, my. Crackhead, did you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Call me crackhead?
Did I? No.
Oh, that's a crackhead. Ma'am, it's my other weekend.
Who? Oh, yeah, sorry.
He's so
You're right, you're right.
Yeah,
what a cutie though.
no longer a baby. This is on his birthday. That was his actual birthday.
He's a good mix of you both.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
That is really cute. Oh.
All right. Where's Mark? Pat? Do you know where Mark is? I mean, I know he's here. I saw him.
Was here.
Okay.
Joseph Saunders, huh? Grass is greener on the other side of the grass.
What's his name? Kornak?
Cornac.
Arnold.
She sent emails out.
And they're meeting tomorrow afternoon.
They put it in front.
6:32.
And it's business days or?
If all rise for a moment of silence, and Vice Mayor, if you'll lead us in the pledge.
Code. There's another way they can go, but
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome this evening. If there's anything that you'd like to discuss with council that is not on the agenda tonight, please feel free to come forth at this time. And there'll be another time at the end of the meeting to repeat.
Can
Good
we do
evening,
agenda
Council.
review?
Cheryl Pavlaka, 1808 Cary Street here in
all
Minneola.
good.
I wanted to bring to the council's attention an article in the South Lake tablet, and it's on their Facebook page, and it was sent in their newsletter. It's misinformation, and I think it riles up citizens without our knowledge. So I brought an exhibit here for you. Hills of Minneola, a city within a city, and it talks about what we planned for there. But then the misinformation. At the heart of the project will be a vibrant town center featuring restaurants, office space, retail shops, and two major anchors, Walmart and Sam's Club, positioned side by side. I attended the workshop a couple weeks ago, and it has not been on our agenda, so I know it hasn't been approved, and I think we should take action and put South Lake Tablet on notice. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Okay. Is there anybody else who'd like to speak?
Farmer Banks Helfrich, Claro District, South Lake County. Farm tip of the day. Did you know that peanuts are related to beans? Peanuts are legumes. Peanuts grow underground, and peanuts will grow in Florida, actually in the summertime right now. Mayor, council, distinguished guests, honesty, integrity, and character. Three non-tangibles which describe who we are. Honesty. To say it the way it is, to be earnest, to refrain from hyperbole, to refrain from exaggeration. Integrity is taking the words and having them equal the actions, and vice versa, the actions equaling the words. Character is that je ne sais quoi quality that we have inside of us, built upon conviction of who we are. In times of troughs and valleys, we look for a character that will bring us through for security. In this off year of elections in municipalities, not here in Minneola, however, in Groveland, for tonight at least, we look for representatives who will exhibit these three qualities of honesty, integrity, and character. I am Farmer Banks Helfrich. May you all be blessed. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you.
Barrett, is there anyone else?
Dave Yeager, 2750 Purple Meadow Court, Del Webb Community. If you haven't noticed by the MAC, they did the torture on all the trees, and it would be nice to get the county to just take the trees down, or us, but it looks horrendous at best. Thank you.
Can you please repeat what you said? Some people couldn't hear you.
Dave Yeager, 2750 Purple Meadow Court, Del Webb. And the trees at the MAC, Duke Energy or Progress, whoever, Seco, come in and they're destroying all the trees. Yep. And at the MAC on Hancock, they definitely need to be taken down because it's just horrendous.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
By mistake and pointed out so elegantly by the Vice Mayor, Pam Service, I missed agenda review. Can you?
Sorry.
Is it okay, Pam?
If we can move
Okay.
item 10 to item,
Before item 6.
yes, please.
That's fine. Yeah, well,
And I think we're tabling the 6, 7, and 8, correct?
we haven't gotten to that part yet,
Okay.
but we'll go right now.
I have nothing else. Thank you.
You okay with moving it?
I'm okay with moving that, but I'm also, sorry. So to Debbie's point, I'd like to discuss tabling items 6, 7, and 8.
Was that request of the applicant or is that request of us?
Yes, actually, it was inadvertently put on tonight's agenda. It was always supposed to be on the September 2nd. That's what was announced at P&Z, and frankly, the
Okay,
applicant
thank
called
you
me
for-
today like, oh, it didn't realize. So we assured them it was September 2nd. We would table it tonight until September 2nd.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I just, I had no context on that, so that's fine. So we're tabling 6, 7,
And 8.
6, 7, and 8, and then moving 10
To number 6.
to before number 9.
Yes.
Okay. Joe,
Yep.
you okay with that?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, can I get a motion for those changes?
I'll make that motion.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
First and second, all in favor
And
say aye.
just to clarify, that tabling is till the September 2nd of
Yes.
item
Yes.
6, 7, and 8.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
That's okay.
All in favor say, oh, you seconded?
Yes.
Yes.
Right,
He did.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Okay. Moving to a proclamation. Pick up my glasses, and I left my glasses at home, so. No, I can't. Can you read this
Do you
for me?
need it?
Yeah,
Need cheaters? I got cheaters.
I need really big cheaters.
Proclamation, the Brain Aneurysm Awareness Month. Whereas brain aneurysms impact thousands of individuals each year, with an estimated 6.8 million people in the United States living with an uninterrupted brain aneurysm and approximately 30,000 experiencing a rupture annually. And whereas a ruptured brain aneurysm are fatal in about 50% of cases, and survivors often face lifelong neurological challenges, highlighting the critical need for increased awareness, early detection, and research. And whereas public education about the warning signs, risk factors, and the importance of early medical intervention can save lives and reduce the devastating impact of brain aneurysms on individuals and families. And whereas the City of Minneola recognizes the importance of supporting initiatives that promote health, well-being, and awareness of medical conditions that affect our community. And whereas designating September as Brain Aneurysm Awareness Month provides an opportunity to honor those who have lost their lives, support survivors, and encourage life-saving research and education. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the City Council of Minneola does hereby proclaim September as Brain Aneurysm Awareness Month in the City of Minneola and encourages all residents to learn more about brain aneurysms, support those affected, and advocate for increased research and awareness. In witness thereof, Pat Kelly have hereunto set his hand and caused the seal of the City of Minneola to be affixed this 19th of August, 2025.
Thank you, Councilwoman Flynn. Do I need to do anything with this, or is it? We good? Good. Didn't know if it was somebody here receiving it or, okay. At this point in time, we turn the meeting over to Eric Hernandez, who's going to go over project updates. For those who are new, see a few new faces. This is something that Mr. Hernandez took upon himself, and he goes through the major projects in the city and gets updates. So, Mr. Hernandez, if you may.
Yep, give me 1 second to pull it up. In the meantime, we can start with the library. Mark?
They can't hear.
All right, with the library, paving is complete, and most of the curbing should be completed today as well. In the absence of the previous building that was there that we removed, we went back to the previous plan that worked around that building, and we've added some parking spaces and adjusted the entrance. But that should be done soon.
When's the pending opening date? I think we discussed October 1st or end of October.
We're still hopeful for the end of September to have it done.
Yeah, I have end of September on my last report.
Okay.
It looks good, Mark. I saw it this morning. It's good.
Thank you.
Next was the City Hall Fire Station. I think we're just waiting on the cowlings for the bay door.
So the hoods came in. One was installed. The fire chief asked them to not install the others because he wasn't satisfied with the quality. The contractor has since gone back and getting with their team to do something a little different to make it nicer. It looks great from far away, but when you look close up, it's not the quality that was anticipated.
Thank you for clarifying that. I was going to ask the same question. I saw them and I thought they looked good, but then when you're driving by and you don't hit the red light, they look good.
Right.
If you get stuck at the red light and you stare at it, you're like, is that really metal or is it like aluminum foil? Is that the thought of the
It's not what we anticipated.
Okay, yeah. When you look at it for any length of time, so thank you for catching that early, and thank the fire chief.
Fire chief caught it. Yes, sir.
Next is the Grassy Lake Road striping, widening, and stop signs.
Yeah, Grassy Lake Road and Education both are out for bid. We should have the bids back. Let's see. Bids should be back soon. I don't remember the exact date, do you? But the bids should be, it's out for bid now, so we're anticipating the bids back here soon, in the next couple of weeks.
And we're still on target for have that completed before the start of next school term?
That's the goal, yes, sir. They anticipate starting construction sometime in the fall, and they'll probably reroute school traffic during that time. We'll do some night work as well, where possible, and then hope to be open by the next school year.
Okay. Next is the second fire station, the Hills area.
Yeah, that's back underway. The fire chief got with the architect, and we agreed to where the building's going to be, and so they can move forward with that design, and they're working on that now.
Can you tell them what it's going to be? Can you tell them what that's going to be?
Yeah, just and for the audience edification, the fire station, the second one that we're discussing, is currently being planned to be on the corner of 561A and Hancock Road. This is an FYI. That would be the northwest.
Is that northwest? Is that I don't think it's the north.
Southwest. Sorry, southwest. So-
Southeast.
When you get to 561A on your left-hand side. There we go.
Off of Hancock.
Off of Hancock, yes. Thank you. Yep. Next, we have, that's completed.
Bid opening August 20th for the road project, August 20th
August 20th of next year.
of this month for the bid opening.
Oh, for the bids, got it. Next, we have the GFL contract.
They're in the audience tonight to give us an update, if they can step forward and.
Good evening, I'm Peter Positano, Superior Wash. Address is 15084 Schoenengold Drive in Winter Garden.
Yeah, I was just going to wait until he finished, and then I was going to have him bring it down. Thank you, guys.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can't hear too well. Can you
put up
crank
the-
up? No? Okay.
Boy, how about now?
Speak right
No?
up.
Oh my God, okay. Peter Positano, Superior Wash, 15084 Schoenengold Drive, Winter Garden.
Jim Suter with GFL, 16472 Rainbow Meadows in Fort Myers.
Eric Poole with GFL, Umatilla, Florida, 32784.
Okay, we are here to give you the update on the hydraulic cleaning, the stain removal. So far, everything is done in the reserve. Also the hills, except for 4 streets that we're working on that we have 6 more weeks. Other than that, all your streets have been completed. The 4 streets are Gold Summit, Crossbow, Thunderhead, and Oxbow. Those are the last 4, and like I said, we have 6 more weeks on those. We drove the community, go ahead.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago, we drove the community. It was a Tuesday, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Wednesday, 2 weeks ago? Okay. We drove the hills and all of phase 1 and 2 that we talked about at the last meeting. And virtually everything's gone that we could have put down. There's some things that show where cars maybe been parked and leaked or whatever, but substantially cleaned up at a substantial cost as well. But like Pete says, we're down to the last 4 streets.
One second, Council, do you have any questions?
So those are the last 4 streets you were mentioning for the hills, correct?
That's the last 4.
Those are the
That's the last 4 streets, period, yes.
Period, okay.
Everywhere.
For everywhere?
Yep.
And where else, if you don't mind me asking, I apologize, besides Reserve and the hills, have you been?
Grassy Lake? Yeah, Grassy Lake, well, the whole reserve, I guess, and all of the hills. So we mapped this out. We started with certain streets, probably 5 or 6 in each area. We started about 3 months ago, or maybe longer, and we did it in sections, so we are on the last section. Everything else is completed.
You may want to drive through Park Ridge and Oak Valley as well.
Park Ridge, I know.
Yeah, we can do that. We can go ahead and ride through Park Ridge and Oak Valley. It has been, for all the communities that we did get serviced and clean, it's been way more, it responded way more with the treatment since we brought in Superior Wash. Along with the sun and the rain, they've been our best friend. That helped us out a whole lot. And I got a chance to ride through some of the neighborhoods that we did clean the streets, and it looks totally different than what it was. Park Ridge, that's the community on Hancock, am I correct?
No, it's the one sitting off of the lake shore, off Lake Shore.
Off of Lake
So
Shore.
it goes Lake Shore, wraps around, and comes out by the water plant on 27.
On 27?
Yeah, so it's Oak Valley and Park Ridge. They're connected.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can go through there and take a look and see what was going on.
And if you don't mind,
Got one
Mark,
more.
can you not wait 2 weeks? Can you, when you do that, can you tell your findings to the city manager and he can communicate out to us so we don't have to wait 2 weeks to hit it?
Yes, sir.
Just for timeliness.
Absolutely.
I don't expect you to do it tomorrow, but, you know.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure we'll ride through there, but I'm not sure if any significant stains are in there, but if there are, we'll have them taken care of.
Okay, thank you. Is there-
And you're more than welcome to reach out to me. I'll be glad to show you throughout the neighborhood of Park Ridge that the neighbors have brought to my attention. You have my info, so please give me a call whenever you're available.
This week, Wednesday, we went through the hills also Wednesday.
Right.
It's still a few stains in there, but not by our team. We ran across one stain that's significant. I have pictures of it. The homeowner had oil in the driveway, fresh oil in the
Right.
driveway. Tracked the oil out into the street, and also had a significant stain in the middle of the street. And
Right.
so my first thing, we hadn't been to the street yet. We hadn't even serviced the street yet. I got pictures of the can still there and everything, but I understand that, we have done damage to the street, but it's a community thing. I think we all should work together to try to.
Right.
I have one to add.
And I'll review those areas and I'm going to say for Park Ridge, and then from here until I speak with you, if there is anyone else in the neighborhoods that would like to reach out to me and let me know if they have in their area, I'll be more than glad to share that with you as well. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
One second, hold on.
Anybody else?
We have 3 other council for.
Sir,
Yes, is there any way that I didn't hear Lakewood Ridge being mentioned in the cleanup. That's Forestwood Drive and also Forest Hill. If you could take a look at that,
That would be
we would appreciate it.
the subdivision behind, that's
Well,
behind
that's
Publix.
off the division.
yeah, that is the one that I reached out to you about as well. And I believe you have the residents' contact information, because I sent that to you. Again, I'll be more than glad to share that with you again. No worries. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm good.
So I think we're good. I think we're good. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
guys.
Thanks, Eric. Thanks, guys.
Next one.
Yeah, so I skipped the wastewater treatment plant. So that'll be one we need an update on as well.
It's, the wastewater treatment plant's under design. I don't have a lot of, still in the initial phases, but I know they're meeting on it regularly.
Okay.
Get that done.
As long as we got progress on it, that's what counts.
Yes, sir.
Next one is the Parks Workshop, but this is for the 30-acre parcel. But prior to this, what's pending is the RFP for the social media. I believe those were due last week.
We did, we got some, we had quite a bit of interest in that. We have 9 bidders that met the requirements that they're currently going through now. We anticipate having that before the council at the next meeting.
Did you?
At the next meeting, did you say? I can't hear you. I apologize, Mark.
Yeah,
You said
we
the next
anticipate
meeting?
the next meeting, we should have a recommendation for the council to review.
No, I thought, and just correct me if I'm wrong, I thought somebody was going to vet it. It wasn't
Correct.
me. but-
That was part of my next thing. I have
Okay.
yet to see anything.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that, I thought somebody was vetting it, and I knew who it wasn't.
Yeah.
I just knew.
Yeah.
So thanks.
Mark,
Send
can you
those-
send me the latest of all the 9?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay.
Including their responses to the RFP.
Okay.
As well.
Thank you a lot.
I know that the second phase of septic to sewer, that's on hold, so we can skip on that
Yes.
one. This is the mayor's favorite one, the landscaping of City Hall.
So the company we have now, we did switch companies, as y'all are aware. The company we have now has stated they'll start tomorrow. They were planning to start last week. They had quite a few people out with COVID, and so they had to delay their start until this week.
COVID's still a thing?
Yeah.
It is if you get it.
Yeah, it was, I.
Had a lot of people out sick, and so, yeah.
right.
Also, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Next, we have the memorial wall for the veterans and first responders.
Those slabs have been ordered.
Yeah, thank you.
Splash pad at the library.
That we have in front of us.
You have the concept in front of you, and also the engineer, Chris Germana, is here to speak with you about that. and take any comments based on that concept that you may have. Take it back and to the drawing board. And
I will defer this time to Pam since she's running this, so Pam?
Do you have any questions, concerns?
No, not at the moment.
So,
I actually want to review this a little bit more now that I see it larger print. And I'd like to get feedback from council if there is, out of respect, so. But otherwise, you know, I'll take notes just as much as you will.
Yeah. My name is Christopher Germana with Germana Engineering in Claremont. So I just want to highlight the concept plan and want to stress it's a concept plan. It's a placeholder. It's an idea of where the city wants to go with this. When we kind of put this together, we knew proximity to the library was a important discussion item. So we are located at the northwest corner of Main and West Pearl Street. The layout of it was generally mimicking what is at Claremont splash pad, so the kidney-shaped type of splash pad. There's a restroom, and then there's two open-air type of pavilion, or this, features where you can have parties and so forth. We do have parking, paved parking, that's going to be on the north side of Pearl Street, and then we are utilizing existing grass parking that's on Main Street. We have a stormwater pond that's going to be part of this. It will most likely be a dry pond just because of the elevation and the groundwater being super deep in this area. So we're going to work landscaping around this pond. We also have landscape buffers for privacy and screening along all boundaries where we can, so the north, the west, and the east along Main Street. And I'd be happy to answer any other questions you may have, but like I mentioned, this isn't a concept. It's going to mold into something greater and grander as the team kind of assembles all the details with this.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The one comment I have, and you mentioned that it was similar to the Claremont splash pad?
It was the shape of it, just
shape.
based on what land we have. It's not going to be carbon copy, but it's
Okay.
just a footprint that when you look at Claremont splash pad, you're going to see the kidney shape type of. So it can come to a different size. Once that team kind of puts that together.
Right, yeah, I just don't want a carbon copy.
No.
Okay,
no.
all right.
No, we are Minneola.
No, that's
Okay.
the point. Yes, thank you.
Chris has been great to work with. He's been at several meetings in anticipation of this being talked about at the projects, and he's been very patient with us and kind of a Johnny on the spot as well at times, so we appreciate you.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
Chris, the only other comment I have is that enough covered seating area for the people expected, or you think it's better to put an additional type of seating area with the cover?
can I?
Sure.
Because my thought is, because it didn't get into the library piece, and so two things I'd like to clarify. One is, it came up, is there a way where you have the dry pond to build up a pavilion on stilts so it runs off? So that would give you additional seating?
Mhm.
So we tried to put one across the way, but if you put it where the dry pond is, you could actually just have a pavilion on stilts that looked like it would be on a lake, but it's not, but it's over there. I don't, you're the engineer, I'm just saying, is it possible? I don't know how that affects your drainage. It's all gonna drain into the same pond, even if it comes down, but everything drains into it. So that would give you an additional place, plus it will give you outdoor seating if you're at the library and you wanna walk across the street and have something, or where we took the house down there, something, you could just do something on that big spot to use it.
Sure, I
And
understand.
second off, when you go to build this, can you please make sure that you grass in the retention pond at the beginning of the project and not at the top of the ninth? Because we make everybody else do that. So I think the city should have to.
Okay. I like the ideas. We'll see if we can integrate.
Yeah, I
You're
don't
trying to
know
do a
what-
multi-purpose pond instead of just being in a pond. You're trying to.
Yeah,
use
you
a
just have,
feature.
you would have something, you could have a big octagon and just
Sure.
an entrance off of Main and entrance off of Pearl, and just have it open air for, that covers Councilman Hernandez's question about seating.
Well, seating and shade.
In shade.
Yes.
So it would be something like that, but
Sure.
it doesn't want to cover the whole pond, but just something in the middle of it.
And regarding the seating area there, it looks like there's an opportunity to make them bigger than
Okay.
the size we have right now.
That
Is there
was my,
place-
that was my next comment that I was going to make, if you can make that a little bit larger, because there is room to do that.
Okay, yes. All right, these are good comments.
What is your timeline on this, Pam? What are you thinking,
Oh, I don't,
besides yesterday?
I don't know. I mean, I would like to do something within a year,
At least have
at
you
least,
moving toward.
yeah.
Okay, so does that fit into your, we've always had the reasoning in the past, well, it's in the engineering's queue and they'll get to it in 18 months. Is this something that you can kind of work diligently on?
This is something we're going to work with Mark and staff to integrate
As well,
into
just we're trying to get this one moving a little bit faster
sooner
than
than
some of
later.
the other
Understood.
projects.
Okay, I'll work closely with staff on this to make
Okay.
sure we hit
Is
that.
that what you're wanting, Pam?
Yeah, that, and I'll get with Mark and staff
That's great.
moving forward with it as well.
Okay.
So we can all be on the same page.
Okay,
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
I appreciate
Thank
the feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next is the pier on Lake Minneola.
We have not started design yet. We're wrapping up some of these projects. I think we'll be hitting that hard once the library's done, which is
That's fine.
almost there.
Thank you. That's it from mine. Council, anybody else have any other projects?
No,
for
thank you,
updates?
Eric, though.
No, thank you.
Back to you, Mayor. Thank you, Mark.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Okay, bring it back to manager's consent agenda. Is there any questions, concerns?
No questions or concerns, thank you.
None, thank you.
Mark, on this is just the technologist in me. For item 3, unrepairable and obsolete electronics, I'm assuming we're going to be wiping off any data from any old hard drives that we're going to be
Yes, sir.
disposing of.
Is your BlackBerry in this, Mark, or are you still carrying that one?
I still have that.
I know you're not going to give it up. Okay.
Oh, Mark, sorry, one last item that I just thought of now that's technology. Where do we stand on the penetration test from the cyber?
Brad's gotten quotes for that. Early on, we got quotes, and these came in much higher than we anticipated. But he's not brought that before council yet because we're trying to apply for that grant that you suggested
Okay, great.
and see if we get that first.
Brad, when you have the ones that you're interested in most, can you send them over just so I can review them?
Absolutely. Actually, I already do have 3 of them that were presented to council about a month ago. I can certainly forward you that info.
Okay, perfect, thanks. Okay, that's it, thanks.
Okay, before we move any further, just on the manager, I just want to say it now. We did get our preliminary budget, and it looks like, Mark, we're below the rollback rate again.
Yes, sir.
So thank you again for consistently continuing to reduce the rate here in Minneola. With that said, we're going to move on to discussion item for
A vote on the
Do we need
consent
to
agenda.
consent agenda?
sorry, can I get a motion to vote, a motion for approval of the consent agenda?
I'll make that motion to approve city manager's consent agenda.
Got a motion, can I get a second?
I'll second.
Debbie got it. Sorry, by a hair. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now, can we go on, Pam?
Yes,
Dis-
please.
Discussion item, special exception request for convenience store and fuel, convenience store with fuel. I think the convenience store is a approved use. It's the with fuel so it's not that, you can't have a convenience store, you just can't have fuel.
Correct. A convenience store would be a permitted use. The
I just wanted to
question
clarify.
is the gas tanks, yeah.
Okay,
And
thank you.
the convenience
What?
store, again, just to clarify, that's within code that does not require any special variants or exceptions, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Imagine that's what Joyce was going to say.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry, Joyce, still your thunder.
No, no problem. So, good evening. This is just for discussion and some feedback. This will actually come to the Planning and Zoning Commission as a regular quasi-judicial issue on the 8th of September.
Okay.
There we go. So this is located, the dirt area you see is actually Del Webb. This is at the corner, the northeast corner of Hancock and 561A. It is actually a part of the Hills of Minneola, the original Hills of Minneola. And you can see this is actually on the master plan. It's always been there. It's not something new. The two little, if you see the big yellow spot, that is Del Webb. The two little red pieces on either side of that are the two commercial pieces that have always been there as a part of the hills. And then the oddball-shaped piece you see, that is going to be for RV, boat, and storage. Again, that's something that was always a part of the plan since, I believe, 2019. Oops. So this is the layout they have right now, potentially. They've talked to the county, I believe. The entrances are what the county has required. There is one on their southeast. That entrance will be a cross-access easement with the property to the east, which will be the RV boat storage piece. Then there'll also be an entrance off of Hancock Road north of 561A, but I believe that's a right-in only. But so this is what they potentially have. If y'all want to give them any feedback of anything you might like to see different or changed, or if you're good with it the way it is, just I'm sure they'd appreciate hearing that before it goes to the P&Z meeting.
Can you please explain to me what is, I can't point to it, but the gray area that's between 561A and the fuel pumps?
I think that is like future right-of-way. Or
No, it's
it might
grayed
be
out.
It might be stormwater.
No, it's the gray, the dark gray piece at the bottom of the picture. So you have, that's where the tanks are underground.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, I'm sorry, I thought you were.
Okay, thank you for, I wanted to make sure it wasn't a vacuum. So. Okay, we'll bring it back. Anybody from the audience want to comment on this? We'll comments and then we'll bring it back to council for discussion. There's no action to be taken tonight. This is just looking for feedback before it goes to our planning and zoning department.
Hi, can y'all hear me?
No.
Am I loud enough? I can yell.
Okay, we just need
Is that
to
better?
name and address to sign in.
Okay.
And,
My name is Barbara McNally. My address is 2850 Purple Meadow Court in Del Webb.
just make sure you sign in before you leave.
I already
please.
did.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
we're
I
trying
have
to-
some questions. I don't know if you can call them comments or not. So the convenience store has already been approved? Question.
No, ma'am. It
Okay.
is an approved usage. So if they want to put one there, they don't have to ask for a variance. The
Okay.
variance is if
For
they're going to
the,
pump
for
fuel.
the fuel pumps?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So, please excuse me, I'm new to Minneola. The people in the red shirts are also most of the people in the red shirts are from Del Webb as well. So my question, I noticed your seal up there has a lot of green in it. I was told when I bought at Del Webb, I had to have so many trees on my lot. The county, I am told, has come back and said that the new houses in the upcoming phases will have to have native Florida plants. My question is that a requirement for any of the commercial that's being proposed across the street from us?
Yes, ma'am. There is requirements. So this is for the variance of the use of the pump fuel, but there's a complete site plan, landscaping plan that they actually have to meet, which is.
Okay, is there going to be a meeting where we can comment on that as well?
Yes, ma'am, there will be.
Okay, so this is just fuel pumps?
Yeah, there's a multi-step project,
Okay.
and I think based multi-steps here. One is, will we allow a gas station? So once it comes to a gas station, there'll be multiple meetings after that for site plans, other ones. This is just the comment of like, do we even allow?
All right, in regards to the fuel pumps then, most gas stations prefer to have clear sight to a large highway. This gas station will not. So are they going, well, that goes back to the building. Are they going to be allowed to put in signage? The next question is, if you're looking at it from a council point of view of income into Minneola, because it is not in sight of a large highway, it will rely on, according to research done, on income from the neighborhoods. So if you're seeing it as a way to increase income to your area, you're just transporting it from one area of your area to another. So with objection from, I'm sure, the people in the red shirts behind me as to having fuel pumps there. That's my only comment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I can share, that's a common misconception with our city council. They don't make land use decisions based on the revenue. They don't even consider that at all.
Yeah.
They factor purely on the needs of the public and, you know, the rights and
So
laws of.
just to clarify that, and I wanted to say it, and I've said it for 18 years, generating revenue for the city of Minneola does not generate a requirement to do this. We do not need the money. We do not need the growth. We are physically responsible. We have been for years. We have one debt. We don't have debt. Everything you see going on in this city, thanks to our city manager, we pay cash for. So generating revenue is not a purpose for us. Providing services for our residents and the convenience for our residents is. So, sorry. Thank you.
Go ahead. Sorry, I just want to clarify one thing, because I've been asked a lot of questions by neighbors, and for the record, I live in Parkview, so I'm not too far from Del Webb. Yeah, a lot of residents have asked me, is it possible for the city to dictate what goes in a certain parcel if it's zoned or cleared already usage for a particular area? For example, here, based on the pictures, we believe it's going to be a 7-Eleven. We don't know, and nor we actually know when you guys know, because we don't have a special, group chat that they tell us, hey, this is going to be this. That being said, or the reason I said that is a lot of people tell me we don't want a Walmart, we don't want a 7-Eleven. Unfortunately, the city cannot make that decision. We can't say we don't want this for a couple of reasons. One, it opens up for a lawsuit. If we were to go to 7-Eleven and say we don't want you here, even though, or if we say we're going to vote no because this is going to be a 7-Eleven, the city attorney is going to absolutely jump over his seat, because that opens up for lawsuit. Just like all of you have rights, for personal and for your property rights, these commercial parcels also have rights that we have to respect and adhere to. So I know that a lot of you guys are probably upset because of either the gas station or the convenience store. And the gas station part, we can maybe do something about that, right? Because that's a special acceptance that we could either vote yes or no. But unfortunately, the convenience store aspect of it, if that's what they want to do and they're well within their code without asking for a variance, we technically cannot stop them. So I know there's I don't know if a lot of you knew that, maybe you guys didn't, but I've been asked a lot of times, can the city dictate what comes in and out? And no, we could put parameters around it so it could maybe dissuade some people from trying to come in, but we cannot absolutely say no to a certain, a specific store or brand from coming in.
Specific, yes.
Yeah. So, sorry, I didn't mean to talk to you, but you're right. And just so to be clear, city attorney, that am I good with all that? Okay, good. I got the nod, so I'm good.
Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Andrew Scher. I'm at 1616 Evening Summit Circle, also Del Webb. I have a couple comments or a couple questions. So early development is an opportunity for our government, you guys, to set the tone and the precedent for development in this area of the city. I want you to remember that as you go forward with this. There are things that are within our capabilities, even though it's approved use, to urge our new neighbors to move forward with. So I understand the variance hasn't been granted. That's still a process. But open questions. What hours will this store be open? 24 hours versus limited hours, big difference to a neighborhood. We would all, for the most part, prefer this not be open 24 hours. What steps will be taken to address the environmental, the noise, and the security issues? Anybody got an answer for that? I'm watching the time. I'm hurrying. Forgive me.
That's good.
How will the structure be designed to augment and complement the area? You know, we've seen, call them 7-Elevens, call them Raceway, call it whatever you want, designs that are harsh, metallic, and won't fit in with a beautiful area that we live in. This needs to be considered for us, please. Signage is really important. Can you imagine going to sleep at night for our neighbors with a big Raceway sign showing in their windows? Not something that will get support. I'm personally concerned with the fact that there are pumps. The environmental impact, the smell, the noise, what are we doing to address that? And then lastly, an idea that might help. If you took that plan, that layout, and you flipped it so that the retention pond is closer to Hancock and the development is to the right, I wonder if that might move some of my neighbors to be less concerned. Maybe. And that, with 43 seconds left.
Okay, I can address some of your
Yeah.
concerns.
Okay, thank you.
So the first one would be the design.
Mhm.
There is a pamphlets out there in the hills of Minneola. There's a design standards that they have to meet to do that. So you can't put a standard one. So it has to meet and look like the rest of the hills of Minneola. So there is, if you go online, there is if you haven't known, there is every building here in the hills has a complete design standards. It has to be this, you have to use this color, you have to use these textures. So that is taken care of. If you notice signage, we do not in the hills, the signs, there's no big pole signs, they're all low signs. Signs on buildings and height and stuff like that, I'm gonna defer to Mr. Hernandez, who got, as he moved in there, he inherited a storage unit outlooking his bedroom. So I'm passionate about signs. He's very passionate about lighted signs at night. So you want to defer to
Yes,
Mr.
so,
Hernandez?
thank you. So I'm sure you know we have the mini storage right on Hancock next to the Turnpike. When they first came in, they wanted the full lit signs on the building and all that, and the council, and of course, like Mayor said, I was very adamant about beating them up to make sure that that was not the case. And we came to a good understanding where there were no lit signs facing neighborhoods, including my bedroom window. So to the mayor's point, we take a strong stance on signage, and we make sure that essentially if it requires a variance, it's an automatic no for me from that particular aspect of things. The other items that you mentioned, 24/7, I think, Scott, we have some ordinances within the city that they cannot be open 24/7, correct? Or am I putting the cart before the horse here?
You can have 24-hour establishments in the city depending on the type of business, but that is the type of condition that you can put on the special
That's what I
exception permit.
Okay.
Obviously, you work with the applicant, make sure that works, but you can and have done, frankly, restrict hours in special exception permits, so, yeah.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
That's important.
So just to clarify, things that Minneola has done over the years before, I'm assuming none of y'all have lived in Del Webb for over like 5 years.
1 year.
There are controls that this council has put in place, and I'm not saying to prevent businesses. We're business friendly, but to pull that speed bump to make sure that the right businesses come in. One of them you've heard about is the 18,000 square square foot that prevents large boxes coming in until we put constraints. What we have in Minneola is the conditional use permit for fueling stations. And that is because if not, if you go to Claremont, they can just put them wherever they want. We put them in there for speed bumps. So we listen to stuff that you have, knowing that there's sometimes compromises. So somebody who's concerned about the look, the view, the trees, the landscaping, we can go additionally above and beyond what our code requires if they want the special exception. It's just a tool that we have in our toolbox to help Minneola become what Minneola's vision is going to be.
Can I ask a follow-up?
Sure.
How do we assure that you take that path?
That we do what?
That you take the path of using these speed bumps about
you show up to meetings like this and the applicants take notes of what you say? Because I think the question is reversing them. That's not a bad idea. Like, so maybe they can look at that. Is there a reason? I can't answer that. I'm not the engineer. I don't have the topos, so maybe it's a drainage issue. I don't know. There's a lot of dirt that's gonna have to get moved up there. So how does that work? I don't know, but that is something that they need to take back and listen to what's going on as they come back. I don't think y'all are just coming up with ideas, like, look, let's come up with some compromises here, but that's why we have the speed bumps, for compromising, if we have to. Or, I've been a flat-out no to these before, so, okay?
And this is why I like meetings like this, so we have a discussion before you have the applicant go into P&Z, so hopefully they'll be able to take notes, and then once they get to planning and zoning meeting, that is going to be, again, they had mentioned on
what day?
September 8th. It starts there.
And
So
that's a
September
public
8th is a
meeting?
Monday, and that is when P&Z will be, the applicant will be there for P&Z.
But I would recommend personally for the applicant to, and they can use the council chambers whenever they would like. To be more efficient, they should have a meeting with the homeowners and sit around the table and have that dialogue before they go to P&Z. That way they're more prepared. But in the past, most developers will go and meet with HOAs might not have one formally yet, but the group of residents, they will have meetings to get feedback from the residents to see what they want. I know they've done it at all the other major projects around here. So hopefully they go forth and they'll do that, and they have time between now and September, but they're welcome to use chambers anytime they want to have those meetings with you to get more of that feedback.
Well, thank you, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next.
Yeah, my name is Dwayne Mike Smith, 2767 Purple Meadow Court, Minneola. So I come in with some concerns in that, as we just talked about, we're part of the subdivision there at Del Webb, about 160 feet away from where this proposed gas station is looking to go into. And while I appreciate that the property was zoned as a B1, and we would probably appreciate a great coffee shop, convenience store, or some other things there that we could just walk down the hill to versus having to drive, we're not in favor of a 24/7 gas station. And I'm one of the many members of the community you see here tonight that have that concern. My comments are going to be focused towards the special exception justification, which was attached into your things, because I feel that they made a number of false statements within their application. So I'm not quite sure how that plays out. Traffic is not adversely impacted. Well, you're going to put a one-way out, which means people have to go up, do a U-turn in front of my development to get back out. And if you've ever seen U-turns like that, that becomes a real headache, no matter where you put it at. They claim the adjoining properties are vacant. Well, I can guarantee you that Del Webb is not a vacant property. And right behind this plat, as you see it, is another section of homes that are on, I get the name of that street. Hunter's Trace Lane, right, exactly. Which is not part of the city of Minneola, but it is a part of Lake County, and they're immediately adjacent to it. It's not a vacant piece of property. And so I'm not quite sure what they mean by their definition of nothing adjoining to the north and other places. Then loading and service areas are not going to impact anybody because there's nobody next door to them. Well, I'm just pointed out to you, they in fact have people next door to them, and those homes are going to be right on the back side of that. So I'm not quite sure how they're going to deal with that. The applicant says this requirement is met as nearby properties are vacant, and that's not accurate. Del Webb homes are 160 feet away. The exception would run counter to maintaining the overall character of the district. So you just talked about it, yes. There are design guidelines and stuff like that, but what you've got here is Hancock now becoming the spine that's going up through Sugarloaf, coming back out onto 465. You've got this gateway thing, and the entrance to this gateway to all these upscale homes that you're putting throughout this whole area up here is going to be a gas station. I don't know that that's the image that Minneola is trying to put forth as their way of going. And 24/7 works because of Circle K's 24/7. I do agree with you. If you're going to do it, and it does happen, here's some things we'd ask. Hours of operation, 6 to 11. Outside lighting be dark sky compliant so it doesn't give a glare back into the houses behind it. No outside advertising screens on the pumps, blaring about how good it is to join one of their special programs. And lower monument style signage instead of glaring signs, which we already talked about. And lots of trees and shrubs to help to shield whatever might go there from the neighborhood. Thank you very much for your time. I'll give a copy of this to the city clerk so she can.
Thank you very much.
Perfect, thank you.
I signed in at the back. Do I need to sign here
No,
as
ma'am.
well? Okay. My name's Mandy Morgan. I live at 1513 Evening Summit Circle in the beautiful Del Webb community on Sugarloaf Mountain. I tell all my friends I live on the mountain. As a licensed realtor and a community association manager, and yes, Mayor, the HOA was established before the first contract was written in the community, so there is a current HOA. It is developer controlled.
Okay,
Everyone
that's-
here in the red shirts are all
That's what I
members.
meant by.
So,
Awesome.
okay. So during the time, I've unfortunately seen the consequences of poor long-term planning and zoning choices and the urban sprawl that has characterized parts of Windermere, Winter Garden, where I lived prior, and I've actually moved out to Minneola to get that quaint feel that I was looking for. When I was considering Minneola as a location to be my forever home, I was impressed by the long-term range development plans for the area. It appeared that the P&Z committee had identified sensible plans for long-term growth and adequate provisions for amenities and commercial areas, but a variance to allow a gas station to be placed on the corner of 561A and Hancock goes against the integrity of that long-term plan. We bought our home in a prestigious location, believing that the P&Z committee had already determined the type of development that would be in this commercial area. A gas station was not part of that plan, and we would have affected any decision to purchase if we'd have known that. If this variance, it was very much feels like a bait and switch. We know that many of the residents, we wore red today as a sign to please stop. I have a petition here which I will drop off. We have over 153 electronic signatures, a bunch of letters from residents that couldn't be here this evening. There are many other aspects of the proposal that do not suit this location. As my fellow neighbour said, the right in, right out, a U-turn in front of Del Webb. We're an aging community. We're already told we have to roll the sidewalks up at 8 o'clock because it gets dark. Having a U-turn there during the dark hours, not something that I'd want to challenge. The proposed gas station would be the closest one to the turnpike, thus encouraging a large number of traffic from the turnpike to come to our location. We actually, my husband and I timed it the other day. From the turnpike, it's 2.6 miles to the current Circle K. It would be 1.4 to our location. The closer the amenities, the more appropriate locations for this gas station. If the big box stores are coming, why not have Walmart put one up there? It's away from everybody else. It's away from the houses, apart from obviously Mr. Hernandez lives up there. The message today from my neighbours and friends, similar to the message that you hear a lot, please, please, please reconsider this exception. You don't have to vote for an exception. Let it be a convenience store. We support you. We're your constituents. We want to vote you in. We want to know that our council members are listening to us. Thank you for your time. I'll leave
Thank
this
you.
message.
Kevin Carey, 20237 Sugarloaf Mountain Road. As a resident of the county in the Sugarloaf area that they were talking about, one of my concerns on this development is the fuel pumps themselves. Even though they say the should not adversely impact the residents, you have residents within 600 feet, all who are on wells. These fuel tanks eventually leak, and then you have plumes of polluted area that goes into these well areas. So I think that needs to be a consideration too. This is near homes that are on wells and are not on city water. So you are adversely affecting residents down the road, not just today itself. The other concerns I have are the driveway on the east side that has an area where you can't put a left turn lane in. And according to their traffic impact analysis, you have 135 vehicles that will turn left into there, and there's nowhere to put a left turn lane. So all those people are going to be stacked in that outside lane. So that way people cannot go through, and now you're creating a rear end impact collision issue there at the top of a vertical curve that's in that area. So those are one things to look at. And I do agree with the workshop part. That is probably a great idea to have them come out and meet with the residents. As I know some residents didn't realize that this was on the agenda tonight. They thought it was all related to the 27 one. They saw fuel, 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 and they thought it was related to that. They didn't notice that it was something completely separate. So we're having a workshop would actually give them the opportunity to voice their concerns before the P&Z meeting, which I look forward to seeing it when it comes to P&Z again. So hopefully they'll take in some of those considerations. Thanks.
Thank you.
William Graham, 2602 Del Webb Drive. First, I want to say I'm a retired builder and developer. I respect property rights, and I don't want to infringe on anybody's property rights. When we purchased in Del Webb, we did our due diligence. We looked at what was surrounding us and what was available to be built. Gas stations, gas pumps were not part of that. We made a purchase decision based on the fact that there weren't going to be gas stations right at our entranceway. And for you to create a variance to allow that really goes against what really is our property rights. We knew when we bought what it was zoned for. The developer of this gas station, when they bought it from Pulte, they knew exactly what the thing was zoned for. My request to you is deny a zoning request.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I just want to clarify something. The young, not with you, but just because I heard something. The young lady that spoke before you, can she please stand? Did you say you live in Del Webb? Are you part of the HOA? Or you work for the HOA company? I was kind of confused on the comment.
Can you have her come up?
So you're not part of the HOA
The
association?
HOA is controlled by Pulte, who sold them the property to be developed.
Right, I understand that. I was just wanting to make sure that if you were like the Century man, you aren't the HOA man, you don't work for the HOA management company, you're just a resident, okay. I just wanted to clarify that because I was trying to find a point person with the HOA management team that could help coordinate a workshop with the. So. First off, I think you need to come back. You need to come up here if you're going to speak. But I'm just saying, I think Pulte's out of the picture. It's just that the developer needs to talk to a group. I'm just trying to figure out how to get the two connected, because what council likes to do is for the it's for not to say this is something that the developer needs to work with our residents to come up with a solution. If there is one, maybe there's not one. But we need to exhaust that revenue before it comes to us and they try to come in back in and say, we want this, but we don't care what anybody else thinks. We care what you think, but we would like for that dialogue to happen.
Absolutely, and Triad is the management company. They're based in Leesburg. Eric, I've got your Facebook. I can share you with Messenger. I can share the contacts with the owners of Triad, and they can facilitate a meeting with the homeowners. I'm sure that the Del Webbers would love that as well.
If you want to, if somebody can, if you've got contacts of.
Yep. Yeah, send it over. I'll send it over.
Thanks, Eric.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Dave Yeager, 2750 Purple Boa Court, Del Webb community. That land wasn't part of, I don't think, Pulte, the two commercial spots. They were part of the master plan that Pulte bought from the main deal. I have been in touch with the developer that's developing the 7-Eleven, and they would love to have a workshop. And I do have their number, and we're waiting for this meeting. We will get a workshop put together.
Okay, so timeliness of a workshop.
Just a meet
I'm just saying before it goes to P&Z.
Yeah, no. We want to do a discussion, and I said
right. I'm just saying, so Mark, because it doesn't have to be on a Tuesday. Council doesn't need to be there. We don't need to go through the advertisement. I'm just trying to think of the most efficient way to get this to roll back. If we were going to do a formal workshop like we like to do, where council comes and planning and zoning comes, there has to be a lot of advertisements due to sunshine law and stuff like that.
Because it would have to actually be next Tuesday,
But
the 26th.
Y'all are mature people that can handle a meeting and deal with the developer, and we don't need to be there. So to get it done expediently, you could turn this habit around on because we do our workshops on Tuesdays, and they're the opposite as our meetings, but
Right.
y'all could do this on Wednesday, Thursdays, you know, wherever. Like I said, you're welcome to use the facility here. But Mark, if you can work, or Christina, I say Mark, but we all know, Christina, can you help coordinate something together? But if y'all can make sure that we get this going, that would be great.
And I have the representative to the developer. They're ready to do that, and they want to.
Thank you very much, David.
Thank you, sir.
So can you get with Christina then, please?
David?
David? Mr. Yeager? So,
good evening, Council members. My name is Derek Morgan. I live at 1513 Evening Summit Circle. This is the only time I'll get a word in edgeways because my wife has been hogging the microphone. It occurs to me that we're trying to fit a timeline around a difficult decision. One thing the Council and P&Z, I saw it happen earlier on this evening in proceedings, you tabled some motions because they weren't ready for discussion. I would invite you to consider tabling this application until such time as enough research, enough consultation, and enough perhaps compromise has been discussed. Because at the present moment, it's self-evident that anybody that lives adjacent to this development clearly isn't terribly happy with it. Why are we trying to fit this into a timeline that is perhaps a little unnatural?
just want to clarify, the applicant that we tabled was a misunderstanding because they thought they weren't coming in front of council until next time, so it got tabled. So there was some communication on there. I think I've never in my years, I've never had a discussion come like this. We've never done it this way. It's always gone to a workshop. So I think the point is for them to try to have an acceleration of a workshop, and then we'll naturally, and maybe they'll pull it. It won't go to P&Z. They'll get a take from y'all. How do we want to take this, move forward? So tentatively, it's supposed to be at the workshop in September, but that doesn't mean that that's going to happen. I think they need to meet with you first, and then y'all need to naturally move forward.
I think we're in agreement.
There's some,
So they're supposed to meet with P&Z in September, but we're just trying to let them get a pulse of.
there's also some requirements of us that we review things within a certain amount of time.
Right.
That's not self-induced.
Yeah, we have some legislative things that we can't just hold things up. So we're trying to let them come in and to get your feedback in, because it's better for them to take your feedback and try to incorporate it in, is then try to shove it down our throat, because we don't like that. We
totally understand. I think the bottom line is that the council has been asked to grant a variance on something that, and as you know, I mean, I have as much knowledge about the planned use of the area because I used to work right there in the villages at Minneola for Meritage Homes. But the bottom line is that this variance, I think, will cause some grief for a number of folks, and I think it might need to be considered with a little bit more time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
One thing I should clarify, I think, just so everybody knows, that September 8th P&Z meeting is not the end either. That is just, Planning and Zoning Commission makes recommendations to this council. So after that P&Z meeting, it will then have to come forward under any path to council, which would probably not be until at least the first meeting in October. So you're a couple of months away, even if it's fast-tracked, from any kind of decision on the special exception. Other thing I should mention, this is, I know lawyers are always technicalities, but this is technically not a variance. This is a special exception. It is, there are certain uses, and convenience stores with fuel pumps are one of those that can be allowed a special exception. Basically, you have to make sure that if that goes in there, it's conducive and compatible with the surrounding area, all these things we're talking about tonight. So it can, if it is granted, council can certainly put conditions on it, like hours of use, that make sure that it's not detracting from the surrounding community. So that's what they're trying to do. This was actually an extra meeting tonight. The applicant,
Right.
to their credit, wanted to get feedback before they started the process. So they wanted to hear from you all. They're not shutting their ears, and so I think they're here, as we said, taking notes. Then they'll go forward at the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting on September 8th, and then subsequent to that, probably come to council in October. If there's a need for more time, it certainly can be tabled depending on the circumstances, but kind of getting ahead of ourselves at this point to figure that out. So, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Go ahead.
Good evening. My name is John McNally, 2850 Purple Meadow Court in Minneola. I just wanted to clarify something for the council's benefit as far as the HOA is concerned. We're a fairly new development. The HOA is currently controlled by and managed by Pulte. They do a lot of good things, but they don't always represent the owners. What you see behind me here in this group is a informal group of owners who've come together informally, and Mandy, who spoke a few minutes ago, is one of the informal leaders. What I would suggest, if you want to have involvement with the HOA and the residents of Del Webb, Minneola, in whatever we want to call it, a workshop or whatever, certainly contact the HOA. But also, make sure that you're including the informal owners, because Pulte doesn't have a vested interest in that, whether it's a gas station or it doesn't. We're happy with Pulte, but they're the developer, and they're not going to be there 5 years from now or 10 years from now. We are. So just make sure when you have this workshop and you start including people, make sure that you get this group involved too. And Mandy can help you do that.
And that's fine. We just want to make sure that we have the right person, or the right thing. We've got some point people here. You have signed in. There'll be some communications out. I think Eric has got some ties into it. So
Okay.
we'll make sure that there's a workshop, it gets there. And from the aspect of, for those who wanting to know, I can promise you, if there is a workshop, there'll be a huge sign sitting in front of Del Webb that says workshop with a date.
Yes.
And so where the location is, so everybody that goes in Del Webb will be able to see it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time.
What? So,
I didn't hear it.
okay. So is there any other comments on that? There's more to come on this. Hopefully we can get Christina is our city clerk, who's really good at coordinating things. Mark is really busy, and she takes care of a lot of the good stuff here. She doesn't like to admit it, but she's wonderful. She can help coordinate this with developers, working with former Mayor Yeager, and we can make this workshop happen if that's what the developer wants. I think he needs to do it, and it'd be better, because what the first questions this council will ask when they come up here is like, did you meet with the homeowners? We want to hear that, yes. We want to hear that, because that's definitely a, well, don't come back until you do, please.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay?
Perfect.
Thank you. Is there anything else? Anything else from council? Anything? Joe, any thoughts?
No.
You're good?
Good.
Okay. Check.
Thank you.
When the pickleball court's open, that's just what I want to know.
Pickleball's not open for the public, right?
No.
How about friends of friends?
I mean, just saying, I'm a 3.5 rated player. Just want to let you guys know, you know.
On what, a 1 to 10?
Pickleball? No, 1 to 5, actually. Yeah, 10, right? Thank you.
But y'all need to vote on it first. Thank you. Thanks a lot. It's great seeing y'all here. This is the first time y'all have been to the Champ Council. We're pretty informal here, but welcome to Minneola. It's great to have y'all here.
And I'll be more than happy to meet with you guys at the pickleball courts between the hours of 6 and 8. 4 and 5 then.
Okay. Okay, with that said, we've got the exception for irrigation requirements, second reading.
Ordinance 2025-15 on second reading, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Minneola, Florida, amending Article 5, Division 2 of the Land Development Code of the City of Minneola to revise irrigation requirements, providing for conditions, providing for inclusion in the Code of Ordinances, providing for conflict, providing for severability, providing for an effective date.
So we listened to your feedback from the last meeting, and we've put it back to the 30 days and the 14 days. However, we did listen based upon what Mr. Saunders had said about the effectiveness of irrigation. So we're just asking to remove the hours between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. because irrigating during those hours goes into evaporation. It doesn't really soak into the ground. So it's kind of a waste of water by doing that. But otherwise, they're still going to be allowed to do the watering, the irrigation, like St. John says, instead of only in your 2 days a week, you'll be able to do it for the continuous time period for your new sod.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Joyce.
Anybody in the audience have any comments on this? Can somebody shut the door, please?
Thank you.
That'd be Kevin, the doorman.
Cheryl Pavlaka, 1808 Cary Street. Thank you for allowing me to make a few more comments. I'm a little confused based on what I just heard and based on what was published in the packet. The summary did say this ordinance allows for daily watering, but not during the 6 hours of the day where the sun is brightest and water would evaporate instead of saturating the ground. And I think that was great input, and I like that. But yet, the ordinance that was attached still has any time of day on any day for the initial 14 days. So which is it? Did we just not get the ordinance updated?
Correct. The ordinance that was in your packet, we noticed this morning, was not the updated one. Correct.
Okay.
What
so
Joyce said was
so
correct.
I didn't have to come tonight.
I'm glad to see people read these things.
Oh,
you know.
yeah. In fact, I did find convenience was spelt incorrectly, too. Just so you know, if you need a proofreader.
That would be convenience as a convenience store or
Or
convenient?
Convenience store.
Oh.
I was on the other one. I wasn't going to bring it up. Okay, so what, I keep forgetting her name.
Joyce?
Joyce. I always want to call her Jane. What Joyce said is the correct statement and reflected in the
Yes.
summary. Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you, council, for taking Joe's consideration and mine. And I do have a question, though. It said it's the land development code. Does that mean it only applies to land developers? Because the business impact said that costs to new businesses or existing businesses, water bills. Does it apply to homeowners who are redoing landscaping?
No, it's everyone.
It is everyone. Okay, because that's very misleading in my mind, but thank you. I got what I wanted. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Or bring it back to council. Can I get a motion for approval, please?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
First and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. So does that wrap up this evening?
It sure does.
Mark?
Try to keep it short. We already talked about the social media proposal responses.
Oh, we can't hear you.
We already talked about the library, that we reverted it back to the old plan, and there was additional cost with that, but it got done. Minneola Market's next Wednesday, the 27th. The next event we have is for September 11th at the May Griffith Gazebo. It'll be at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Mark, I have something for you, but Pam, do you have anything for city manager?
No, thank you.
Anything?
No,
Nothing for city manager, no.
I don't have anything either. Thank you.
I am going to show this picture to council, and I will show it to you, and I'll have to send you a picture. I was out there today. The library looks great, except, and it could be something that's getting fixed, but this is what the sidewalk looks like going to Main Street, where it was 6 foot wide and it goes to 4 foot wide. For like continuity, can it at least be the same
All the way through.
all the way. I know, Christine, you've probably been working on that one. I don't know if they're gonna fix it later, but,
Give me 2 shovels and a bag of concrete, I'll make it happen.
this needs to look nice. The rest of it looks really good. They did get landscaping started, and it looked like they were paving the rest of the parking lot, so thanks for that. Hey, and there was grass in the retention pond. And a new fence, which was kind of impressive. That kind of caught me off guard. And we're working on them, so thank you. Yeah, if you can just fix that one piece, that would kind of be great. But it could be on the list to be, the answer is, it was on the list, we just haven't got to it yet. Thank you. But, thank you. And it has carpet in there too. I didn't go in though, because, huh? Yeah, because it told you to wipe your feet before you went in, and I assume that means carpet.
They didn't have the shoe covers? Usually you have shoe covers.
No.
No, you just take your shoes off.
So, thank you, Mark, for everything. I appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
Scott, we're on edge. What do you got for us?
Nothing?
Nothing this evening.
Wow.
I can have nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
Thanks,
He's like,
Scott.
I could have nothing.
Unless you have any questions or anything.
No.
I'm certain.
Well, I do believe you're going to have something at our next meeting from last meeting.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That's it.
Cool, great, love the, great.
So that's good.
I think I know.
Keep you in suspense.
Yes, all right.
Ms. Flynn,
No.
anything
Thank
for Scott?
No, there's got.
Anything for Scott?
Yeah, Scott, how is progress going on the sunshine study of laws that we take every year?
Well, that's a good question to bring up. You had mentioned being interested in having a common meeting, and I got other feedback that folks weren't so interested in. It doesn't matter to me what you all wish to do. The online training is always available, but I understand, I know Mr. Saunders doesn't like the online training and would like to have a meeting with.
I actually
with
do
other-
it.
Well, which is good. Well, good, because.
I fall asleep halfway through it, but
But you do it, so I
Can we get that in
don't
there?
think you're required to stay awake necessarily, just that you did it, so. It's up to council, whether or not you wish to have, getting back to what he's talking about, I think a couple months ago, we talked about the possibility of joining together with some other local governments and having a seminar or something on
I
sunshine
think
law.
if you can just reach out to the other, as I look at Mark, but it's gonna go to Christine. Can you see if there's any appetite from the other cities to do a joint sunshine
This would be the
training?
perfect thing for the Lake League of Cities to do.
well, they used to do it.
They used to, yes.
Yeah.
That's
We
fine.
used to do that several years ago.
And now they're rotating locations, so maybe we can have them, when they rotate it
Ask,
back down to South Lake County, to do one here.
That's fine.
Or we could have them do it and then live stream it for those that want to, not available to come in, they can see it live stream with, thanks to Jay and the beautiful South Lake TV.
Sounds good.
We'll ask Jim.
We could offer to have them do it right here
Yep, in this beautiful room.
Be fine.
with a buffet.
Well, then I'll come.
So, with the cover charge. I won't come.
So we'll ask the league to perhaps post one or put it up and invite everybody, so.
Okay. With that said, coming back to council for anything? Pam?
I just want to say thank you to Del Webb for coming out. I appreciate that. I know you two are the only ones left here that I could see in red shirts. It's But thank you for taking the time. And with that said as well, I know that we did have some representation here at our last meeting, but, and I didn't mention anything. So this meeting, I will say thank you to Lieutenant from the Sheriff's Office for being here and being known that you are here. And I look forward to having you guys here more often. Thank you. And that's it for me tonight.
Councilwoman Flynn, anything?
Yes, it's good to see you, Wally and Michelle. I just wanted to let the council know that the Planning and Zoning Commission, we do have a seat open. We do have 2 applications that have been submitted. We will get those, with the help of Christine, we'll get those to your mailboxes this week. And with the council's permission, I'd like to put that on the agenda for the next meeting. So you'll have time to review those 2 applicants for the Planning and Zoning position that is open.
What are the names, Debbie?
There's two names. We have Nicole Marie Martin, and we also have Kelly Price.
Okay.
They both submitted applications, resumes, experience, and we'll get that over to you in your mailboxes so you can review and make a decision. And we can do a vote next week, or I mean, the next meeting, I'm sorry, if that's okay with council.
And can applicants still submit applications?
I talked to Mark about that. They can.
Okay.
Perfect.
We still can accept applications for that position.
Yeah, I'm not looking at anyone, Chase, to do that.
Yeah, I
but
was looking.
Chase,
I was looking for Chase because he usually sits over here. But
Yeah.
yeah, they had your seat.
Yeah. Do you need to repeat that, Chase? You can still. Okay, yeah, you got it. Okay, the public can still. You got it. All right, I'll send you an email about it as well.
Okay.
Do we want to put a deadline on receiving those applications before the next meeting, possibly? Because I'd like to put it on the agenda if it's.
We
the
can put it on
council's.
the agenda. That just means that it's got to be in before Tuesday.
Okay.
So
Chase.
Is that, would that be okay, Scott?
What's that?
We put the deadline for
Yeah,
the
if
next
council
Tuesday.
wishes to do that
Yeah.
this year is great.
Okay,
okay.
perfect.
Okay.
And
Anything?
that's all I have. Thank you.
I do have a question. Have you started any of the legwork or a timeline of trash pickup contracts? Because that's coming up due. So we have to, that has to get negotiated. We're gonna have a bunch of meetings. So what does
Okay.
that timeline look like and when, just so we have an understanding. So when does the contract expires?
April of 2027.
Yeah, I
Okay.
knew we had a couple of years, 2027.
A nearby city just went out for bids on that, and they had them range from a little over $30 to $60.
$30 to $60?
60.
And what do we pay?
11.
Less than 25.
Yeah.
And that was 30 was once a week pickup, I'm assuming?
I don't know all the details.
It's been a
Yeah.
while.
I can't say based on the research I've done that it will increase regardless of who.
Oh,
we go with.
statistic, oh, yeah, no, I'm putting money on that.
No, it will increase, yes.
That's a
Question is
given.
how much?
And based on residents' feedback, I think we are going to have a packed house if we reduce the amount of pickups.
Yes.
You don't
Absolutely.
do 2 a week, yeah. If you
Oh, no,
try to-
they,
Yeah.
even
Try
if,
to do
no, with the
fewer.
recycling,
Oh.
that we are going to,
It's fine.
just FYI.
Just, so, and how far in advance do we need to approve the contract? We can't approve it, because there has to be a transition time. I'm just trying to get, for Ms. Flynn to try to understand if it's,
It does require an ordinance because it's a franchise that you're giving, so there's, the 2 meetings, the advertising, but there's no other, like.
but you have to
deadline.
give them time. You
Notice,
you
yeah.
can't say, okay, we're gonna
We're
vote for
done.
this, and you need to have trucks on the line and staffing and all that. So they've got to staff up. So
Right.
if you can kind of work together to come up coming into the timeline of this is when we need to start
Yeah,
going out for
we-
bid.
Yeah, we spoke, we met the last time this came up, and I think without knowing the exact dates, basically the beginning of next year was when the process was gonna start
January?
ramping up.
Yes.
January of 2026, so that we would be ready by April of 2027.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Did I mention I won't be in office then? So, okay. With that said, thanks, Debbie.
You're welcome, thank you.
Eric, anything?
Thank you, Lieutenant Reed, for coming. And just to put in the radar for everybody, keep me honest, Lieutenant, November 1st, is that the softball game this year? Yes, November 1st is the softball game.
I heard you're playing.
I am playing.
They needed a backstop.
They did. I did need a new left out, so.
They'll put you in the farthest position away from the ball.
Yep, that's the one, yeah. No, first base. But yes, November 1st.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a call. I appreciate the invite. So I'll try to adjust my calendar I have class on Saturday, so but I'll cancel class or something.
Oh, yeah, just cancel, that's fine. ChatGPT, okay, good.
Joe, playing softball?
Not unless you have an ambulance there.
Well, actually,
So,
there will be people from the ambulance team there.
so, Anything else? Eric?
No, I'm good.
Joe, anything?
cool.
No?
Nope.
Okay, can I get a motion for adjourn? Oh,
Point of agenda, I mean, did we skip final public comments?
We did.
we did.
We did.
But that's what you're here for, is to keep me honest.
That's right.
I know my rules of order.
Denied. No, I'm just kidding.
So, but thank you.
Thank
Final
you.
public comment.
Thank you, Mayor.
I apologize.
That's okay. Cheryl Pavlaka, 1808 Cary Street. You had mentioned a compliment to the city manager about getting the budget turned in. Last year, I found it very helpful to have a budget workshop. Are we planning on doing one this year? Because Mr. Saunders saved me some money last year with the senior second tax exemption. So I'm very happy. I hope I learned something new this year.
I had a birthday last week, so maybe I get that same exemption.
You might, yeah.
I'm in a new protected class, and I let my employer know.
So are we going to have a workshop this year? Do we have any idea of what's happening with?
We'll let council meet with the city
Circulate
manager to see back what we want to do.
Okay.
Sometimes we have the workshop set up for that, but we can manage what the feedback is. If there's any direct questions you have on the budget, you can come in and talk to Mark, and he'll be happy to answer any of those questions.
I don't now until I see something, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I make a motion to adjourn. No.
Wait, whoa. We got public comment. We've got somebody who came a long way to speak tonight.
No.
Wally made a special trip from Wisconsin.
Yeah, the Schwarkos are in Florida during August.
Yes.
I know.
Wally in the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Smile for the camera, Wally.
We left, it was 62 degrees.
It was 62 here last winter.
Was it? Did it ever make it down to 60?
I don't think so.
So.
I got to the 40s this year. Yeah, a couple times.
Good evening, Wally Swarko, 802 South Main Avenue, Minneola. I just basically wanted to address all of you for your total support regarding the short-term vacation rental. Scott and Jennifer did a tremendous amount of work in the dialogue that we've had. It's going to benefit the city, and of course, we're going to benefit to some degree with it as well. As I've said many times before in the past, vacation rentals are a new thing in today's environment, and it's only going to grow. And we haven't had a chance to perform some kind of control, but it's gotten to the point where it has really grown excessively. So Michelle and I wanted to personally thank each and one of you for your support 100%. And during that episode, when it was up for your review, talking with Mark through texting and Pam, it died. We had no idea what was going on, and then at the last second, it came on. So with that, we thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, David Egertson. I live at 866 Oxbow in the Reserve. And yeah, I haven't been to a council meeting in a while, but I got a call from a survey organization about a Walmart and Sam's Club going in and asking my opinion on that. And I thought that was interesting. And I thought, maybe it's time to start going to council meetings again. But a couple questions in regards to that. I mean, I don't think we talked about that tonight. It hit me a little bit from left field because I was like, I didn't know that was happening. I thought the road needed to get finished first before anything was going to happen over there. Last I had heard, that was the thing that the council was talking about, is like, get the road done before we put anything in. And so I was just kind of curious where we're at with that.
So the road is one development. Right?
Yeah.
That's on Citrus Grove. The
Yep.
Walmart and Sam's Club, that again on the record has not been approved, has not even to
Oh, it hasn't.
workshop.
Okay.
No.
So that's the
No.
survey was
And for the
literally
record, the
just
survey,
to get,
yes.
yeah.
So I had a very long conversation with the Walmart HQ about this, and,
Yeah.
I said my piece as far as that I was very upset with this survey. The survey made it seem like it was a city-ran survey.
Yeah,
It is
it
not,
did. It's
not.
nor was it a city-ran survey. We were not aware of this survey.
I wasn't sure it was.
Yes,
I just,
no, I want to put on the record that yes,
Yeah.
that it was not a city-ran survey. We were caught off guard, just like you guys were.
got it, yeah.
I had a very long conversation with the HQ of Walmart, about this. So, yes, for the record, it was not us. And even
Sure.
some of the questions, because I saw the survey myself, were not. I explain this. They're trying to get valuable information and use against certain people in certain aspects for that project.
Oh, interesting.
So, like I said, a long meeting with them. They apologized for sending that out, but I was still not happy with that survey. So, going back to your question, so it is two separate projects. So you're talking about Citrus Grove project, which is
Yeah.
the one above. This is for the other side of Hancock, next to the Publix that's out there.
No, well, no, not the bridge. I'm talking about finishing where we
The
got.
S-curve on Citrus Grove?
Yeah, the S-curve.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah,
this
okay.
this is not part of that
Okay,
development.
it's totally different.
Correct. This is on the corner this is the east corner, northeast corner, of Hancock and Citrus Grove.
Yeah.
That project you're referring to is the northwest corner.
Oh, interesting. So
Further
across from the storage and Publix then? No.
No, the opposite
That's where the
way.
Sam's Club and
Opposite side of
Walmart.
the turnpike?
No.
No.
No,
So,
no, no, the S-curve thing.
yeah,
is on
the S, so can we pull up a map, Brad, really quick? That's not there. Oh, there he is. Google Map.
I appreciate it.
I'm a horrible Vanna White, but. Okay. So the S-curve is right there, perfect,
Yep,
yeah. So
right there.
that road needs to get completed before the Citrus Grove development, which is up there to the left. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out,
Out.
out.
Go left, Brown.
Yep. So there. So before that development above that S-curve gets done, the road needs to get completed.
Yeah.
The Sam's Club and Walmart, where they're proposing they would like to go, is right where the mouse is at now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
That general
interesting.
area.
Right.
Okay. That's helpful.
All that's happened is we had a workshop.
There has
to
been
get-
a workshop
To
for
get the
it.
public input on it, but no decision.
There was a big flashing sign there, too.
I'm sure there was.
Where you're probably focused on making a left-hand turn and getting over to get on the turnpike, because
That's right.
stay focused
exactly.
on the road, not the sign. That's a dangerous curve there.
All right. I
Okay.
I appreciate the information.
That one will be, it hasn't even gone through P and Z yet, so that one's still got a lot of work.
Great.
Okay?
I'll be around.
Thank you.
Dave Yeager, 2750 Purple Meadow Court. Obviously, I'm not in the red club at Del Webb, but that's all right. I really need Mr. Swarco to lobby for my dumpster fee. I didn't want to let you down, Eric. Just want to know. You probably put a bet on it tonight, but Mr. Swarco could lobby for that. I'm sure he could get it done. The other thing is they've been doing some massive tree trimming everywhere. I think they destroyed one of ours down at Trailhead Plaza. They say we just need to be done with them and not put them back and put something low hanging and go from there. But good news for me. I had a 3.5-year fight, and I went in front of the judge, and I won.
Good for you.
Yes. The contract that I did for my property was valid.
Ooh.
And the judge gave us attorney fees. So,
Now you're going to try to sell us your property for a profit.
well, no, just
Food for thought.
I've been doing this for a while, and it gets better. So the attorney called me today and said, Mr. Yeager, we want to buy your property. Go figure. But so yeah, it was a good last Wednesday. But 3.5 years, got a little grayer. But I don't give up, if you had noticed. But that dumpster fee is not a bad idea, and Mr. Swarco will be with you on that. Thank you.
Looking forward to it.
Anybody else? With that said, can I get a motion for adjournment?
I'll make a
Because
motion to adjourn.
Date night.
I'll second.
Okay. See y'all later. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
With David.
Oh, with David, oh.
I said day night, though, so I'm looking at pictures.
Oh my God,
The
Pat,
mayor's
you
day
need
night.
to